Hello, Max here. I'm very happy to bring you a review of Beauty and the Beast. This is the collectible Steelbook. It does come with a Blu-ray, DVD, and an HD copy. In this review, I'm going to be giving you my overall recommendations on the Steelbook as a collectible piece of movie memorabilia, my thoughts on the movie, and the special features. Towards the end of this review, I will give you my recommendations on all three of those points. Is it worth it as a collectible for the poster artwork, the artwork on the Steelbook? Is it worth it as the movie? The movie, is it good? And the special features. First, let's take a look at the Steelbook. I love collecting Steelbooks to celebrate my love of the movie and have a piece of movie memorabilia. I love it when there's a really nice original poster artwork and they incorporate that into the image for the front of the Steelbook. So let's take a look at the front first. It has the Enchanted Rose, Disney Beauty and the Beast logo here. Let's look at the spine and the back with the ballroom scene, the classic scene from the animated and the live action movie with Beauty and, well, Belle and the Beast dancing. This is where the real, one of my favorite moments of the movie, both versions, is the ballroom scene with Belle and the Beast dancing and her gown flowing with the music, and it's just an amazing scene. That's also why I would have preferred this to be the cover of the Steelbook instead of the Enchanted Rose. The Enchanted Rose is important to the story. This is a nice image, but there is no embossing. They could have also added a magnetic cover on top of the Steelbook with a 3D lenticular cover and have the rose losing its petals or something with a 3D image. Would have made it more exciting. So it's not my favorite case for a Steelbook. Let's also take a look at the inside of the Blu-ray. Look at the discs. I wish there was a nice image on the discs. It would have been cool to put maybe the Enchanted Rose as an image on the Blu-ray disc to have it included, but Belle and the Beast on the cover. Now, the inside is really amazing. I love the image of all the characters, the actors here, and this is one of the strong points of this version, which I will get to later on in the review. Let's now talk about the movie. The story and characters you know and love come to spectacular life in the live-action adaptation of Disney's animated classic Beauty and the Beast, a cinematic event celebrating one of the most beloved tales ever told. And there is a lot to like about this movie, but there's also some downsides. There's elements here that are actually elevated and even better than the animated original movie. I love the set design, the costuming. The cast director did an amazing job casting these characters. A lot of the characters that are animated through most of the feature, like Cogsworth, Lumiere, Mrs. Potts, and Chip. Amazing talent in the voice acting, and that's really where this movie shines. Also, the sets and the props, everything is really well done here. My main gripe with this version of the film is there's so much talent and so much potential in here with the acting, the set design, the costumes. The directing and the cinematography is lacking a little bit. Now, what I mean by this is once you notice it, the quick cuts from different camera angles can be nauseating, and it's frequent. I want every single part of the movie to be amazing, and the directing and the cinematography could have been a lot better. I want some more. There's some things you can do that make elevate art with the camera angles, long shots, instead of the fast editing that can be nauseating that we have here. This also could have happened because trying to keep so close to the animated classic, maybe going shot to shot, having the animated here and trying to match the live action scene exactly. While this is really important, some of the musical scenes, I would have loved to see more creative decisions made to elevate this movie more. To wrap up my thoughts about the movie, it is, even though I listed some negatives, this is still a really fun movie, amazing, great to watch, and there's elements of here of a masterpiece. It could have even gone further than the animated classic. There's also some nice new songs. They didn't put too many in, which is a good thing because the music here is one of the strongest parts of the original. I'm going to talk about the Blu-ray bonus features. One more thing I forgot to mention about the actual movie. I think another missed opportunity is with the Beast himself. I love the casting, the voice of the actor. I'm forgetting his name now. But there would have been a really cool opportunity for a makeup and a physical Beast, live action Beast, instead of CGI. The CGI is kind of hit and miss with the Beast, and they do some amazing things here with practical effects. I think it could have happened. Just a quick list of the extra features here. There is in the Blu-ray extras: Enchanted Table Read, A Beauty of a Tale, The Women Behind Beauty and the Beast, From Song to Screen, Making the Musical Sequences, Making a Moment with Celine Dion, Beauty and the Beast music video and making the music video, and an extended song, Days in the Sun, deleted scenes, song selection, and more. There are some nice special features here. I really enjoyed the Enchanted Table Read to see like Gaston and LeFou, Luke Evans and Josh Gad. Josh Gad. They were some of the best things about this movie. This is the definitive Gaston, LeFou, and Belle, by the way. The Emma Watson, Luke Evans, Josh Gad are amazing in this movie. And I can't... Honestly, when I go back to watch the original animated feature, I'm going to have a hard time not thinking of them because they did such a great job. And this is where this special feature, it's the reason it's my favorite, is it shows how much effort they put into. Even with the table read, they were so into it. Really cool. The deleted scenes, there's not much you're missing here. It's nice to see a little bit of extended scenes, but nothing like amazing. So I understand why they were deleted. There is a nice fun feature with the musical sequences, which are some of the best points of the movie, where there's a little bit of a sing-along karaoke. This is going to be great for family fun to go ahead and sing along with it, especially if you have kids. Here's another special feature that I really enjoyed is the women behind Beauty and the Beast. Emma Watson introduces several of the many talented women in all aspects of production who help bring this enchanted tale to life. Great feature. There are a lot of women working in Hollywood, and they're very talented, and there's a lot of women directors. Unfortunately, not for this movie, though. I would have really appreciated a great female director to get a chance to actually direct this movie. There are a lot of women directors in Hollywood, but they do not often get a chance for a big budget Hollywood movie. So it would have been great to give them a chance for this one. Okay, now to give my final thoughts, recommendations on this movie and Steelbook as a collectible for the special features, the movie, and the packaging. And I chose to give you guys another look at the back, which is my favorite part of this Steelbook. I think the cover is a little bit of a letdown. If they're going to do an Enchanted Rose, do a little bit of embossing here, which is pretty standard on Steelbooks. So for packaging, I would say if you're a fan of the movie, get it, but it's not the best and not necessary. As a movie, it's a really fun watch, and I think you should see this any way you can. It has elements of a masterpiece. Unfortunately, it falls a little bit short, but not with the actors. They all did their job. The set designers, costumers, and choreography all is very great here. So it's definitely worth a watch. I don't think it's necessary for a physical copy, though. There's other ways to view this movie. And for the special features, there are some really nice little bits of special features in there, mainly just standard fare. So I don't think it's necessary for a purchase just for the special features. So to recap that, I would say the Steelbook is not the best, and they could have done a nicer image. The movie is a lot of fun, and you should see it any way you can. So I recommend the movie. The special features are not enough to steer you towards a purchase. So there it is. See this movie. It's a lot of fun. I don't think the physical copy is necessarily worth it. There's not enough here to warrant it. I really appreciate you watching this review. I hope some of the points I made helped you. I really hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.